Hello everyone, this is John at Clark Family Outdoors. Thanks again for watching. Went to harvest some honey yesterday and got into all the beehives and looked into the top supers. And guess what I found? Brood. And I found brood there because the queen moved up. She was compact. She had lots of bees and lots of brood in the lower supers. But the reason why she was able to move up is because I didn't have any queen excluders on. And in a minute here, I'm going to show you why I didn't have any queen excluders on. This is what the majority of my queen excluders look like right now, and simply because I didn't take the time to clean them out last time I used them. Some of these I actually bought used from somebody else, and he never cleaned them. So tonight, I'm going to work on cleaning out all my excluders, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I actually have a few that look worse than this, but it definitely doesn't look good. And we're going to clean them all up and figure out how to use them again when they're nice, neat, and clean. I took a metal barrel that I bought off of somebody from Facebook Marketplace for $5. I've got the old hillbilly chicken fryer there that I also bought in a rummage sale. I can't tell you how much I paid for that. It wasn't a lot. I cut off the top third of the metal barrel. I'm going to boil water in the turkey fryer. I've got some blocks stacked up just to help it from falling back toward me when I'm putting in the queen excluders. You know, I don't want boiling water going all over me. But I'm going to fill up this barrel with water, and we're going to boil it, and I'll put the queen excluders in and let you know how it goes. This may be one of the worst ones that I've got. You can see all the gunk in there. Nearly every area is filled with propolis, wax, and certainly not good to use as a queen excluder right now. Let's see what it looks like when we're all done. Here's a few more I have. Now notice the one on the left. The one on the left is a wooden frame. Well, at this point in time, I don't really care. I'm going to boil it all anyway. Look how bad that one is. So, you know, if I ruin it, boiling the wood, then I ruin an excluder, but guess what? I can't use this one anyway. So we're going to boil it, give it a shot, and I may put some Dawn detergent in there. Haven't decided yet. I'm going to try to just do water first and see how they turn out. I'm even going to try this on the plastic excluders and see what happens. And while I've got it going, I might as well try to use this filter that I used once for wax, and you can see what it did to that. So we're gonna boil it out and see if we can clean this one up as well. Okay, it's not quite boiling, but you can tell it's getting a little warmer. So I went ahead and put in the 2 plastic excluders. The white stuff you see up top is some borax, Mule 2010 that I just poured in there. I realized there could be, I know there's no phosphates in there, but I realized it could be bad for the bees, so we just have to make sure we wash off the queen excluders very well before we put them in any hive, for sure. The other junk you see floating around here, this was an old canola oil can that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. So that's just residue from the canola oil. It is a food grade pan, or metal barrel, I guess I should say. But you've got the white stuff, which is the borax. You've got the junk, which is from the canola oil. And you can see I've got 2 excluders in there. And I'll try to show you what I'm doing. I realize that the water is going to get hot. So I'm just taking my Kent Williams hive tool, sticking it in there, and I'm just going to grab the excluders and kind of turn them around a little bit. Try to get all that junk off. Some of the wax is already coming off, propolis, but not enough yet. So we're going to let the water get a little warmer. And I'll keep stirring it, and then what we'll do is when we pull them out, we'll hose them down immediately and try to see if there's enough pressure in the hose to get the rest of that junk off. I suppose if I had a pressure washer handy and ready to go, that would certainly do the trick, but I don't, unfortunately. So we're going to do it the hard way. This metal one may be the worst one that I've got. This is not the one that had the wooden frame on it, but you can see how bad it is from the front. But when I turn it around, we had laid it down the gravel drive, so you can see how the wax melted on this side. We've got some of the gravel stuck to it, some of the stone, and they're stuck on pretty good. So I'm gonna let the water do the trick. And since this needs all the help it can get, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here even with the plastic Queen Excluders in there. There's no reason why we can't load this baby up and just let them soak for a little bit. All right, this is the first one I pulled out. I shook it down. Everything seems to be soft, so I'm gonna spray it down with the hose and see what happens. Yeah, after a couple trial and errors, I think I figured out what works best for me. I'm not saying it'll work for everybody. There's a Queen Excluder. This was the metal one that had all those rocks on it, so you see how much trash is already taken care of. I'm gonna come over here just to show you, because I've been doing it in the yard, but it's be a little easier to see. I got a soft bristle brush, okay? This is a real soft one, won't hurt you. And I put it in here, the soft one, so we don't bend the metal. I scrape out all the gunk. You can see it falling off pretty easily. I'll spin it around, do it on the other side. Just try to get the loose gunk. Try not to bend the metal because it is a Queen Excluder. And it's a little softer than normal now, maybe because it's been in hot water. Not boiling, but hot. Then what I'll do is I'll take my hive tool, quickly scrape off the gunk on the metal side, metal ends. Try not to bend the metal. I realize I'm not on a flat surface right now, but it's getting late and we're running out of light, so I thought I'd show you quickly what I do. Scrape off the gunk there, flip it over, do the same if there's a lot of gunk sticking up. And once I do this first round, as you can tell, I mean, this was the bad one that had all the rocks on it, stuck to the bottom of it. Once I do this first round, I'm gonna stick it back in for about another 10 minutes. And I'll I'll use that soft brush on it again, and we should be done. But as you can tell already, it's 1,000 times better than it was, and it's ready to go if I had to. So we'll make sure we hose off all that borax, make sure it comes off, make sure that it doesn't get in the beehives. But this is the way you clean Queen Excluders. Okay, yeah, too dark last night for me to do the job correctly. I couldn't see what I was doing. However, I got to the point where we brought the water up to just shy of boiling. It was not boiling. And instead of scrubbing him down with the soft brush, I just went ahead and just left them in the water and shook them and pulled them out. I didn't scrape the sides, as you can see on these. These are some of the last ones that I did. However, regardless of how beautiful they may look or not look, you know, they're not all nice and shiny. Obviously, they're not brand new, but as you can tell, walking through here, we can easily use these Queen Excluders again. They're ready for use. I've hosed them down a couple times just to make sure there is no residue from the detergent that we used. And I think these are probably good to go. I'm gonna put these in some of the hives here later on this week probably, or probably this weekend. But these Queen Excluders are ready for use. And it's a pretty simple and quick process. What I plan to do now is every fall, once I clean up from the honey harvest and get everything else ready, I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. And that way they are ready to go in the springtime. So if you're having problems with your Queen Excluders, it works on plastic. It worked on the wood frames right there. There's wood on that one as well. Obviously with the wood frames, you don't want to leave in there for a significant period of time because the glue, whatever may be on the wood, may break off. And again, with plastic, you know, plastic's plastic. I wouldn't want to melt the plastic in the water, but hey, these Queen Excluders are ready for use. So thanks again for watching. Remember, we want to be a beekeeper, not a bee haver. And part of being a beekeeper is making sure you have Queen Excluders ready to go.